Adam, and first of all, John Murray.
What an afternoon you've had. Are you going for a lie down now?
No, I'll manage to keep going for another 45, and then I might have a little snooze. Yes.
What a brave soldier.
Thank you. I'll keep fighting on.
Well, I hope we're able to continue it here. I've got Charlie Adams sitting next to me for the commentary. First time we've done this, you and I.
No, looking forward
to that. Yes, and hopefully we'll have a game to entertain you with Arsenal against Fulham. Arsenal 3 wins out of 3 so far this season. Fulham 3 matches unbeaten this season on their return to the Premier League. There is the whistle, actually. The referee Jared Gillett, the Australians, just spotted that Fulham are trying to steal a little bit of territory over on the far side. So it says, hang on, come on, let's have you back. And there's the whistle, and the match begins, and it's Fulham who get us underway in this lovely warm North London sunshine. Arsenal in the red shirts with the white sleeves, white shorts and red socks, and Fulham in the white shirts with the black trim, black shorts and white socks. The ball immediately out of play now for a throw into Arsenal on the far side, and we will go from London to Manchester already because Eleanor Oldroyd at the test.
England are on the brink of victory here. Jimmy Anderson striking again with the new ball. Joe Root taking the catch at first slip. Kagiso Rabada out for 2. Anderson has taken 2 in this last 20 minutes or so. South Africa 178 for 8. They're still 86 behind.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, and Arsenal, there is a real feel-good atmosphere around here coming today. I suspected that would be the case, but after the start they've made this season, well, you can hear for yourself, and they've forced an early corner. Just a minute on the clock. Arsenal, they'd love an early goal to go along with this, and it is to be swung in from the, in fact it's played in short to the near post. Arsenal trying to work something with their new number 9 Gabriel Jesus, who works it back to the edge of the area, but it's cut out, intercepted, and Fulham will run it away with Pereira. So what about the prospect for this one, Charlie?
Yeah, listen, there's two teams in form, 2 undefeated. One of them's maybe going to go today. Fulham started the game quite brightly, and Arsenal's at that corner breaking down with Jesus, trying to work something early. Normally that's what happens in the Premier League, or any league really. You work your first corner, you try and work something. You may be spotted in the video analysis in the week, and they tried it but nothing come off.
That is Charlie Adams, Scotland international, Rangers man, played in the Premier League with Liverpool and Stoke and Blackpool as well, memorably. And we're watching Fulham with the ball in front of their own penalty area with the captain Ream, who plays it to the halfway line. Big setbacks for Arsenal yesterday though, for Mikel Arteta, the manager, ahead of what is his 100th league match as the Arsenal manager already. I can't believe that time's passed. But yesterday, Charlie, lost both Zinchenko and Partey yesterday afternoon to injuries in training, and that is unmistakably a blow. El Neni and Tierney coming in.
Yeah, listen, big blow for how Arsenal started the season. 2 of the big players, but maybe the last season that would have been a worry in terms of what they could have brought in, but now they've managed to bring in 2 international players are coming back into the team, and Tierney and El Neni, so no worries there. Arsenal started brightly, and Fulham trying to play Tim Reid, trying to play into Mitrovic, and that's going to be important if Fulham want to get into the game and get up the pitch. When it goes into Mitrovic, he's got to make it stick, because if it keeps coming back, played here plenty of times, the pressure, it mounts, and then all of a sudden somebody switches off and you end up 1-0 down.
Yeah, Mitrovic, 3 goals already this season. He's actually playing the ball across from the right-hand side, but Arsenal deal with that. And here in centre field, halfway inside his own half, is Bukayo Saka. We'll run you through the teams in a moment or two. But Arsenal playing it now to the right-hand side. Ben White currently operating at the start of this season as right back, which we know that he can do. Odegaard then with a touch. Here's Saka. He's now halfway inside Fulham territory. Up to Gabriel Jesus on the edge of the box. 2 goals for him already this season in an Arsenal shot. Odegaard plays it through, just put too much on that, which I think might have been fortunate for Fulham, because I think Anthony Robinson, the left back, was just hanging on to Bukayo Saka, but the ball was through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Adebayo sleeping there, just thought he had more time and space than he did, and Odegaard come from the back of him, nicked it off him, nearly played in Sacco there, but Robinson, he was lucky not to hold his shot.
So it is 0-0, Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, and the 2 central defenders, Gabriel and the highly popular William Saliba in possession, but Mitrovic puts Saliba under pressure there, and he very nearly gave it away, but Arsenal have it back. So this is the Arsenal team then with those 2 changes. They are the first team changes to his starting lineup that Mikel Arteta has made this season. So Ramsdale in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Tierney, the back 4, El Neni and Xhaka in the middle, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Odegaard the captain through the middle, and Gabriel Jesus as the number 9 on his back as well. Can clearly see it down there with his green boots on as well. And Fulham's team completely different to the side that started and rather embarrassingly were knocked out of the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night at Crawley, who were second bottom of the league at the time. Leno is in goal, the former Arsenal man, coming back here after his recent transfer. At the back, Tete, the right back, Adebayo, Captain Reen and Anthony Robinson, then Harrison Reed and Palhinha in midfield, Pereira in the middle, Cabano on the right, Cordova-Reid on the left, and Mitrovic through the middle. So Fulham's only change from last weekend, the starting lineup when they beat Brentford, was Cabano coming back in from injury for the teenager Stansfield. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Arsenal with the ball inside their own half, and it's back to Old Trafford. Eleanor Oldroyd.
It very nearly is all over now here, and South Africa 179 for 9. Ollie Robinson has taken another one, caught behind by Ben Folkes. Anric Nortje out for a duck off just 2 balls. 179 for 9, 85 behind still South Africa. England need one more for an innings victory.
Yeah, on the brink, sets it up brilliantly for the third test at the Oval. The commentary on Sports Extra right now, Test Match Special doing their thing on Sports Extra, Radio 4 198 long wave. And sounds, of course, we're on sounds as well, 5 Live via your device or via the good old radio. Arsenal have won a free kick 15 yards inside the Fulham half. Yeah, they're from London, but it's not Tottenham. And they do wear white shirts. It is a free kick that is going to be a combination of Martinelli and Odegaard. In fact, they played infield to El Neni, and then Tierney with an angled ball over the top, looking for the run, worked it nicely, but it was beyond Martinelli and through for a goal kick, Charlie.
Yeah, Arsenal been bright with the set play so far, trying to work something out to Tierney, and Martinelli just never got in the end of Tierney's pass. But it all started with a good pass by Ben White into the striker of Jesus, and he turns Tim Reid and gets his foul. But it's interesting to see, Fulham are playing 4-4-1-1, allowing the ball to go to the wing back, the wingers of Arsenal, and not allowing the ball in the space in between the midfield, because if they do and they get turned, it's problems. So they're trying to keep it narrow and allowing it to go out to the wingers.
They play it out from the back. Bernd Leno, I remember him getting into 1 or 2 difficulties playing it out from the back as an Arsenal man, but they've given it away, and Bukayo Saka saw this, and Saka very nearly got it back from Gabriel Jesus in the penalty area, and Tim Ream came to the rescue to put it out of play on the far side. Yeah,
Fulham just trying to overplay and putting themselves under pressure there, and causing themselves their own problems.
Well, it is Fulham with it, Arsenal with it on the left hand side. Tierney with the cross, but it comes off Gabriel Jesus, who is under pressure at the near post, and it's straight behind, well wide of the mark for a goal kick to Fulham. Yeah, I was saying it when we were in Eindhoven on Wednesday night, Charlie, for the commentary, when another Scotland internationalist, James McFadden, was with us. For the umpteenth time already this season, I saw a team get into difficulties playing the ball out from the back. Yeah,
it's at times you've got to know where you are in terms of, Fulham are away from home at the Emirates, where it's very intense. They normally try to get after you, Arsenal, but they want to play the right way, and Marco Silva's got them wanting to play out from the back, and at times you're going to cause your own problems, but as long as they feel comfortable and they stick with that principle, there isn't a problem.
Tosin Adebayo with a pass out from the back, a long pass to the left hand side, that results in a Fulham throw near the halfway line. Mikel Arteta right behind Anthony Robinson, the American international, even though he was English born. And Robinson takes the throw, and here's Mitrovic, who plays it to the right hand side. Cordova-Reid is there coming into the box on the right, tries to cross, but it comes off the defender straight behind Tierney. It's a corner, first corner of the match to Fulham.
Too easy. Robinson is allowed to throw it into Mitrovic, holds it well, gets out to Bobby Reid, and he's 1v1, he gets a corner, and that's to say at the moment, these are the moments Mitrovic has to hold it up and help his team get up the pitch.
So it is a corner, first corner of the match for Fulham from the right flank. And it is an outswinger to the near post, and it's swept up and over the top of the near post by Palhinha. Didn't threaten the goal, well wide and high.
Yeah, interesting there to see Jesus. He's basically doing a man-marking job on Mitrovic, obviously trying to block him and be a nuisance to him, but Palhinha gets free and just sticks over the bar. But you know, good play from Fulham. When they get opportunity throw-ins in that in the final third, they've got to take hold of it and get themselves up the pitch.
Is that the wisest move, Jesus on Mitrovic?
Well, it's because Arsenal are zonal marking, and when you have zonal marking, you're meant to have your blockers.
Here's Tierney down the left-hand side for Arsenal into the penalty area, but Fulham did their job. Tete then plays it off Tierney, who can't keep that in on the far side. The flag is up, and it is a goal kick already. Almost 10 minutes played. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. And on this hectic afternoon, if you've been with us throughout, I mean, I was listening to Ian Dennis's commentary this afternoon. Every time I listened, Liverpool scored.
It's a great game being up there at Anfield, wasn't it?
Amazing afternoon, awful afternoon for Bournemouth. Their supporters might well be listening to us in the car on the way back. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton will be to taking your calls after we're done here on 606. I'll let you know when the lines are open. And also, after what's been such a busy afternoon and brilliant stuff in Sports Report, hearing from Trent Alexander-Arnold live and hearing from Erling Haaland live as well after his hat-trick for Manchester City. We'll have more of that sort of thing at half-time. But a throw-in for Arsenal halfway inside their own half. So Arsenal 3 wins out of 3. 2-0 at Palace, 4-2 here against Leicester, then 3-0 at Bournemouth this time last week. So 9 points out of 9, trying to make it 4 wins out of 4 to start the season, and they've not done that since Arsenal were defending Premier League champions, the Invincibles, starting the next season under Arsene Wenger. They actually won their first 5 that season. So Mikel Arteta trying to do something that was last done by Arsene Wenger's team. Here's Arsenal centre field. It's played back by Odegaard, the fair-haired Norwegian. Tierney, then back to his goalkeeper Ramsdale. And it is Arsenal who are now passing out from the back. Across it goes from Saliba to Gabriel, and then back across to Saliba, who now, with no Fulham player in front of him, opens up and takes the ball all the way towards the halfway line under this absolutely pristine pitch. Gets it back, Saliba, then plays it to Tierney on the left-hand side. His first start. Come on as a substitute in all 3 matches, but that injury to Zinchenko means Tierney's in the team. Now here's Martinelli on the left-hand side. Martinelli taking on Tete, ball from foot to foot, gets the cross in, but it's over everyone. Saka has to turn, race outside the penalty area, plays it back to White behind him, and then White under pressure from Cabano just hoists it down the line, and Robinson jumping with Saka, and Saka's got a touch in on it, and Saka's got the ball, and he gives it to Odegaard, who gives it back to Saka, who went down. There was contact there. I think it was Robinson. They were sort of hip to hip, and down went Saka, but referee Gillett was unmoved.
No, never a penalty. Great strength from a defender, putting Saka on the floor. There's nothing in it. It's never a penalty kick, but it's good play. A little link up. Odegaard on the edge of the box sees that pass, and that's what you want Odegaard in your team for. He's the captain. He's the leader. He's got that quality. He could see a different pass, and you know, just good defending, blocking his run and not allowing him into that space.
Robinson's got to be a little bit stronger than that, hasn't he?
He has. He lets the ball bounce. You know, he should just go and attack, even put it out the pitch. But as soon as you allow the ball to bounce, then all of a sudden Saka has a chance.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0 on 5 Live, and now a long pass to the edge of the Fulham penalty area, which is caught by Leno. And back once again to Old Trafford, because Eleanor Oldroyd,
it's all over. England have beaten South Africa by an innings and 85 runs, 179 all out South Africa. They lost their last 5 wickets for just 7 runs. Ollie Robinson and James Anderson doing the trick with the second new ball, 3 each for the 2 seamers, 4 in fact for Ollie Robinson, 2 crucial ones for Ben Stokes as well with the old ball after tea. They've taken all 7 remaining wickets in this evening's session with another 45 minutes to spare. What a way to bounce back from that defeat at Lord's.
Yes, thank you, Eleanor. South Africa convincing winners of the first test. England now convincing winners of the second test. And as I say, it's the Oval next. And here's Saka, 0-0 at the Emirates. Saka playing it out to the left-hand side inside the box to Jesus, who plays it back in, and Ream had to be in the right place, which he was, absolutely. Near the corner of the 6-yard area to side-footed away on the half volley. Arsenal coming forward again dangerously. Xhaka's pass is intercepted on the edge of the box. Comes back to White, who is quite central there. Odegaard's pulled out to the right-hand side. Then forward to Saka. Saka turns and then just flicks it back to Odegaard, who's behind him. Odegaard's left-footed cross. That's gone right to the far post. Jesus, back to Saka, whose volley is wide from 10 yards. It was maybe thigh height, maybe a little bit higher than that. I thought he caught it as he wanted, but he hadn't. It went well wide.
It's wonderful play from Odegaard. Switch across, it's over to the back post. It's underneath the ball. Jesus used a little bit of quality and just sets up Xhaka, and he's probably got to do a little bit better. I think it's not a great effort from Xhaka on his right side, but great play from Arsenal. The big thing for Arsenal when you play against Arsenal at the end, well, anytime home and away, is the little 1-2s round the box. If you get, you know, you got to block people, you've got to get your arm up in front of people and not allow runners, because that's what Arsenal look for over the years, and predominantly still under Mikel.
Yeah, it's that is an absolute Arsenal hallmark, isn't it? That sort of thing from right your Stadio playing days, well before your playing days.
Always little intricate 1-2s round the box, you know, and at times you just got to play. You got body, you got, you know, because if you turn the wrong way, you're obviously got an advantage.
That's Charlie Adam with us here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. As there is a late kick-off in the National League as well that we're keeping across tonight. Still Woking 0, Wrexham 0, but Woking are down to 10 men in that match. Lofthouse has been sent off. So 0-0 here. And Arsenal approaching the halfway line. Fulham have stood up to the task so far. Despite all of that Arsenal possession, Leno's not had a save to make yet.
No, he's not been called upon, but it's interesting to see how Arsenal are building up. You know, they're building up with 3 at the back. When White sort of going into that centre back. Gabriel's playing middle. Saliba in the middle, and Gabriel, and Tierney's playing high as like as a left wing back, allowing the build up to play. So they're building up with 4 players. Elneny just sitting there, and Xhaka and Odegaard are going in between the back of Reed.
Here we go again, Charlie. White to Odegaard, then Odegaard to Saka. This time Saka tried the nutmeg on Robinson, but Robinson managed to get his feet together. Arsenal, as they play from left to right towards the clock end. Here is Gabriel, now finding Tierney on the left-hand side. Tierney looks up. Here's the cross looking for Xhaka. That one was headed away by Adarabioyo. And Arsenal take up possession again in the centre circle. Patches of sunshine across the pitch. Odegaard. Elneny then comes across. Tidy little ball from him to White. Jesus drops deep. Saka now on the right wing. Red shirt just flapping outside his white shorts. Saka gets it back now. He gives it square to Odegaard. Odegaard tries the pass to the far side, and Tierney would have been in, but it was cut out on the edge of the box. Fulham are hanging on here a little. Odegaard now to the edge of the area again. Closed down. The ball breaks into the penalty area, and a stretch puts it wide by Tete, the right back.
Fulham just can't get on the ball. They just cannot get it away. It's great play from Arsenal. They keep recycling it, finding their little passes. Odegaard's unlucky with that pass into Tierney. It stays alive, and he managed to get a corner.
Yeah, Martinelli and Tete together, both stretching for the ball. And Tete just got there first to stab it wide. For a moment or two, I thought it might be dropping inside the post, but it went wide. By 3 or 4 yards actually. So another Arsenal corner, this one from the right hand side, still 0-0. Saka left-footed, it's headed away. It was over the top of Robinson at the near post, but Ream behind him nodded it down and cleared the penalty area. Fulham had everyone back defending that. Marco Silva down there is unhappy about something. He's complaining to the 4th official. High ball forward for Arsenal this time. Anthony Robinson heads it down. Arsenal with Jesus, then Saka heads it infield. Odegaard, he's the real danger man in these early stages. Odegaard, he gets it back now. They're all looking for him in that central position, and the former Real Madrid man gives it to Tierney. Tierney now out towards the left-hand side. Granit Xhaka is there. Tierney and Xhaka together. Arsenal dominating possession, pouring on the pressure on this Fulham defence. Tim Ream, I see there, just giving Palhinha a little pat on the backside. They know They're right up against it.
Yeah, that pat in the backside is get him up the pitch. He's too close to the central defenders, and there's too much, not enough pressure on the ball. Polina needs to get out of there. Odegaard's caused them so many problems, and it's just a matter of time before Arsenal can turn this screw, because they've dominated since the first minute.
Yeah, they look exactly what they are, a team full of confidence, a team on a run of wins. And here's Xhaka now on the left hand side, and a low early ball in, but too close to Leno, who is able just to take a step out of his 6-yard box and drop forwards onto the ball.
Yeah, a good run from Xhaka in behind the full-back, played that, and just unlucky with the cross. Jesus just couldn't get across the defender and get in front of the goalkeeper. But Fulham want to play out. They've got a principle that they want to play, and going to try and force the errors of Arsenal and get up the pitch, but passes like that from Tete is just not going to get you anywhere up the pitch with that.
No, in comes the challenge, puts it out for a throw on the halfway line. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. As I mentioned on 5 Live in the build-up to this game, Fulham have never won away to Arsenal. 30 attempts in all competitions. Mind you, a few weeks ago I was saying the same sort of thing about Brighton, and Brighton won at Old Trafford and beat Manchester United. However,
I think there's a difference in confidence of Man United and Arsenal.
Exactly it, Charlie. You're spot on.
But they're just saying about Fulham there, they've been expansive, throwing over on the far side, that Cabanos is actually holding this near touchline here, and giving Ben White a problem. Ben White doesn't want to tuck in and in case the switch of play, but they're trying to be open, Fulham, but they just need to watch when the ball does break, because there'll be a man shot.
And I should say as well, with England having won the test match and raced to victory, all of the interviews and all of the post-match presentations will be right now on Test Match Special on Sports Extra. We'll find out who the man of the match is, whether it is Stokes or Folks or someone else. Here is Cabano on the left-hand side, but he's been like a spectator, Neeskens Cabano, on his comeback, with Fulham having to do all the defending. But he wins the throw in halfway inside Arsenal territory, which is going to be taken by Robinson, who's holding that ball high above his head, just a few yards away from where Mikel Arteta watches. But El Neni puts in the challenge. You can hear I suspect, the approval behind us at El Neni's work. And then Arsenal move it forward to the right wing to Jesus, and Martinelli with the run in the middle. Jesus, though, was very closely watched. What a ball from Jesus to Saka. Odegaard back to Saka, and then a last moment interception from Robinson. What a goal that would have been.
Oh, brilliant play, interchange by Saka and Odegaard. It's just a matter of time before this goal comes. It's been brilliant play, a link up round the box, 1-2, and he's just stretching for the end, Saka, but brilliant watching Arsenal round the box.
Oh, what about that, Charlie? That's what I occasionally call, for older listeners, the Hong Kong Fooey. Quicker than a human eye.
No, listen, we all know the Arsenal, what they want to do and how they play. They've always got technically very good players, and it's important, as I say, when you're in that edge of that box, that you match your runs and you don't turn the wrong way or you get too close, because they then make problems for you.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. I like looking after the older listener, Charlie. Sooty and Sweep last weekend I was talking about. No,
you need the old listeners. They're the diehards. We need them.
We've got a lot of old listeners.
Yeah,
lots of young listeners, of course. Here's Arsenal playing the ball to the halfway line. Martinelli under pressure has passed it away, and here is Cabano, and then Martinelli wins the ball back but fouls Cabano, and Mikel Arteta, well, you can hear the reaction from the Arsenal supporters. Mikel Arteta then turns and marches across to fourth official Tom Bramall, and presumably tells him that he feels that was the wrong decision.
Yeah, just watching it back here, it's a foul. It is a foul, but it's great reactions. Let's say you say to your player, as a coach or as a manager, you lose the ball, go and give us a reaction, and he done that, and unfortunately for him, he fouled him, and it gives Fulham an opportunity to put it into the box. Pereira's got good quality. The big boys are up from the back, and a chance to put Arsenal under pressure.
It's classic, that, isn't it, of a team that is full of confidence, playing well. Players look like they're hungry when everything seems to be going well. Can go the other way. Pereira to Harrison Reed, and Reed's high ball into the area. Ramsdale comes and glides through the air, almost hangs in the air and catches the ball.
Listen, he's flying with confidence at the moment, Ramsdale.
And And as the ball was delivered out, did that hit Mitrovic?
Yeah, hit him right in the face.
And so he's ended up on his back. Fulham have put the ball in the net. Di Cordova-Reid scored from about 35 yards. But Mitrovic has been hit by Ramsdale's clearance.
Yeah, he's come for his catch, brilliant catch. He's tried to rush out, sidewind it up the pitch, and he's actually sidewind it right into Mitrovic's face, and he's got a knock to the face with the ball. But yeah, he's okay. He's up now.
Oh yeah, it was one of those sort of scissor deliveries, wasn't it, from Ramsdale?
And it was close enough.
That was probably what, 5 yards, 6 yards. You'd know about that.
Yeah, you'll know about that. But he's a strong lad, Mitrovic, and he'll get on with that, no problems now.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Players are just taking a little break here. If you've just switched on, if you're on your way home from one of the matches this afternoon and you haven't heard some extraordinary events this afternoon, Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0. 9-0 in our commentary match, and Mo Salah didn't score. 9-0, and Salah didn't get on the score sheet.
Fantasy will be knackered for a few people.
They'll be cursing, won't they? Crystal Palace were winning 2-0 at Manchester City. City came back and won it brilliantly. Haaland scored a hat-trick. Raheem Sterling got his first competitive goals for Chelsea. They won 2-1 against Leicester. Brighton are level with Manchester City on 10 points after they won against Leeds. Rangers had a 4-0 win today, a couple of more goals for Cholak. Norwich won 1-0 at Sunderland in the Championship at lunchtime. I'm sure Robbie and Chris would like to hear your thoughts on Sunderland and Stoke and Alex Neil in 606 later. And Reading are actually top of the Championship after winning at Millwall. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Play back underway, and Arsenal back in the groove as Tete's able to put in the challenge on Tierney, who was flying up the left wing, but the Fulham right back was able to dispossess him. And it is Fulham with Di Cordova-Reid, who does well, but Tierney on the recovery wins the ball back from him.
It's amazing, John, isn't it? You know, Reading relegation struggled last year, and then all of a sudden they're top of the championship. But to be fair, they started the season really well in the Championship last year, and you know, they've done that again today. I watched them first day of the season away at Blackpool, and I was worried for them, but you know, they managed to get a couple of players in, and you know, top of the league so far. It's obviously been a good start for them. Yeah,
and we'll have contrasting interviews from Anfield at half-time. We're going to hear from Jurgen Klopp. He'll be feeling a little bit better than he was at 10 o'clock on Monday night, but also from Scott Parker. Record equalling defeat, I think I heard Ian say it was for Bournemouth today. So that's at half-time, which is about 20 minutes away. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Tierney just turns the ball out to the left-hand side. Gabriel through the middle to Jesus, and Jesus. Xhaka actually cuts that pass out. It might have been bound for Martinelli, doesn't matter, still Arsenal possession. And here is the cross from the left-hand side. Saka's at the back post, Robinson comes across. Saka headed it down, but Ream was there to volley it away. Fulham supporters in the corner shout his name, Tim Ream, as Arsenal play it forward again. Here is Odegaard, turns full circle, plays it to White, and then Arsenal back to the halfway line. Marco Silva urging his team out. He's all in black. Mikel Arteta very nearly all in black. Can see a flash of the ankle from Marco Silva. That's very much the popular look among the managers currently, as we see Gabriel Jesus turning on a couple of tricks near the halfway line. They enjoyed that as well, and then Xhaka wins a throw in.
Yeah, it's good play from Arsenal, how they're building up. You know, Tierney's coming in the pitch.
Oh, lovely Martinelli over the top to Jesus. Crucial again. Last ditch defending, but good defending. It's Ream who's dived in, get to the ball first, put it behind for a corner, but I think he might have hurt his hip in the way that he landed.
It's great defending in the back, getting in Jesus. They do brilliant there. Into Martinelli, flicks over Adebayo, and Tim Ream just gets there in the end and cuts out for a corner, but he has hurt himself. It looks like he's a bit winded.
Yeah.
Unless he's just playing the game and trying to give his team a little bit of a breathing space at the moment.
Yeah, 34 years old himself as well, Tim Ream, with the grizzly beard and the blonde hair tied up. It's a corner, he's back on his feet, didn't need treatment. He's still got his hands on his hips. Right, so corner, Martinelli to play this in from the far side. Martinelli backs right up against the hoardings on the far side. Here's the delivery, it's whipped in high. George landed on the crossbar. It's landed on the back of the crossbar. So I think Leno was confident, fairly confident, 90% confident that was going over the top.
He thought it was going over the top, and it's obviously dipped to the last minute and ended up hitting the crossbar and going out for a goal kick. But it was a good delivery from Martinelli.
Yep, goal kick, Fulham. Woking 0, Wrexham 1. Aaron Hayden with a header to give Wrexham the lead. So Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. 15 minutes to go to half-time. Lovely warm evening. Arsenal very much in the mood, but still waiting for the opening goal. Here's Robinson. Robinson holds off Saka. It's been a bit of a contest that between the two of them, then continues his run, gives it to Cabano on the left-hand side. Cabano, who came in for Stansfield. His cross, it's good, but it was well dealt with actually by Arsenal. And in the end, referee Gillett says the final touch was off De Cordova Reid, and it came off him, not the defender, and behind goal kick.
Yeah, not bad play, good play. Robinson drives past Saka, gives out to Cabano, and whips a good cross in. Bobby Reid gets across front, but comes off his sort of shoulder and ends up going out for the goal kick. But Arsenal, they're not trying to play out. They're looking just to go long at times, beat that press.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, and here is Mitrovic. 3 goals so far this season, equalling his total last time he was in the Premier League. Thought he might have been clipped there by Martinelli. He went down, he wanted the free kick. Again, the referee says no. Arsenal play it downfield. Jesus got the ball, he rides the challenge, and then Tosin Adarabioyo basically swings at him and takes his legs away, concedes the free kick, and free kick in a very good position for Arsenal. I'm just looking to see if Jared Gillett is thinking yellow card, but it doesn't look like it.
No, it's just Mitrovic is complaining about his early effort. He does well to beat a couple of players in the middle of the park, and it is a foul for Mitrovic, but the referee doesn't give up. They go on, and Adarabioyo kicks at Jesus and puts him under pressure.
Could have been a yellow card for Adarabioyo, that, but it isn't. That's the old high bar we're saying again, Charlie, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
The challenge on Mitrovic at the other end.
Yeah, it's what you want to give, what the interpretation, what the referee sees and what he thinks, but it was definitely a yellow card, and he's been a bit lenient to the referee. He
has, which is how they're refereeing it. They said they flagged that up. Free kick, Martinelli. Oh, he's blasted that. He's mishit that badly. Whether he was trying to dip it into the pen. Well, what was he trying to do, Charlie? Come on, you're the expert.
I think he's trying to whip it into the back post. He's just got too much on it and end up putting it over the bar. And you want in that situation, you've got to try and your players to try something in forward areas, go and express yourself, make something. But listen, he just never caught it right, and unfortunately for him,
he nearly whipped it down Holloway Road.
Yeah. Arsenal 0,
Fulham 0. People flocking to the game. I came in the car today, Charlie. Don't often do that to Arsenal. And even this was over 3 hours before the match. The streets were full of Arsenal fans. I think that indicates that
there's a buzz about the place.
Yeah, very much so.
I said that I come down on the train, and around the stadium there was a buzz about the place, and it's good to see, because like I say, Arsenal have won the big trophies over the years, and they're a club that have been successful. So hopefully they can make it into a good title race this season.
Yeah. 18 years and counting now since Arsenal last won the league. 18 years. But this is lovely. They're playing it out from inside their own half, and it breaks forward to Saka, and Saka takes it on and cuts inside Adarabioyo, but then the shot is saved by Leno. Didn't get any power on it. Then it's driven via a deflection into the box, and Leno is able to come forward and gather.
It's brilliant play. Saka played into the box, and he goes and he does, as he's faced the shooting, Cruyff turns it into the inside, and it's a wonderful save from Leno to keep his team in it.
Yeah, beat Adarabioyo. It broke for him nicely, actually. He was a little fortunate there, but Leno came well out of his 6-yard box, even though the defender was there, but that was crucial in the making of the save.
Yeah, it's a good save. He's been a top goalkeeper over the years, and it was another good one here. You need your goalkeeper to play well when you come to places like this, and saves like that will definitely help his team in his defence.
Yeah, and sure, for Leno, the German international, there will be a feeling of having had his nose put out of joint, having been the first choice at the start of last season, but Ramsdale comes in, takes his place. He's not wanted anymore, can't get regular starts, has to move to another club. His second match comes back to Arsenal. Yeah,
listen, it happens, and that's what you say as a manager, as a player, a goalkeeper, you want to play, and listen, Ramsdale's the future. He's only 24 years of age. He's got good experience playing for He's played for England, and they see him as the future. And Leno obviously getting frustrated, and it's not a bad move done to Fulham, and he'll be able to keep playing in the Premier League.
Yes, as David Cameron once said, you were the future ones. Here is Adarabioyo running the ball out of his penalty area. Long right-footed ball downfield, but the man who is the Arsenal future and current and present, Aaron Ramsdale, comes out, and then Gabriel is put under pressure by Mitrovic, but holds him off. A bit arms and leggy there, wasn't he, Gabriel, with Mitrovic all over him?
Yeah, too slow and laboured. Got to get sharper. He just took his time, and Mitrovic put him under pressure. But going back to Ramsdale, I think he's definitely in a shout for the number 1 jersey for this World Cup coming up.
Well, at the moment, I think there are quite a few concerns for England form-wise, but in the goalkeeping area, Ramsdale in form, and Pickford and Nick Pope, Dean Henderson playing now as well. There is good competition there. Here are Arsenal with the ball inside their own half. 10 minutes to go to half-time, then we'll round everything up for you again after a goal-filled afternoon on 5 Live Sport that we've brought you every Saturday afternoon from 12 o'clock with Mark Chapman. And we have 5 Live Premier League Sunday tomorrow with 3 more commentaries. Aston Villa West Ham from 2, Nottingham Forest Tottenham from 4:30, and you can actually hear Wolves Newcastle on the BBC Sport website. So via the BBC Sport website, look for the football pages, click on Wolves Newcastle, and you could listen to the commentary on that there, because the Belgian Grand Prix will be on Sports Extra tomorrow afternoon. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, and Arsenal have been absolutely all over Fulham, even if they actually haven't created a stack of goal-scoring chances. Here's Robinson carrying the ball away. White catches him, goes down, and referee Gillett, I thought that would happen. Yellow card comes out, and he is the first man to be booked, Ben White.
Yeah, no, it's a foul. It's a great ball from Gabriel over to Saka, and it's a poor touch, but Robinson gets the better of White, and he has to dive in and makes a foul and yellow card. But the problem now is he's on a yellow card. Naturally, he's a centre back. Any bad move against Cabano, he might pick up that second yellow. So he has to watch what he's doing now, Ben White.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, and Fulham playing it out to the far side, chested down by Tete, and then Xhaka on the halfway line. Tierney gets his head down, he's off already down the left hand side, but a misplaced pass gives it away to Palhinha, and now Mitrovic, crossfield ball from him. Cabano's going to do well to control it. What a touch that was. Cabano gets the ball down, and he's into the penalty area, and he plays it back to Pereira, who rather swished it left-footed high over the top of the crossbar from the edge of the area.
Yeah, it's a wonderful switch. Great touch by Cabano. That's what you have to do for the next 2-3 minutes. Just keep getting the ball at Cabano. Get him in that box against Ben White. He's on the yellow card. Naturally centre back. Can they get a foul? Can they try and look at Ben White maybe making a silly foul and getting a second yellow card?
Goal kick for Arsenal, and Ramsdale, even though Fulham are putting the press on there, Ramsdale just picked out the pass and passed it through the Fulham players into centre field, and Arsenal have it inside their own half. I borrowed a little phrase from the old Jimmy Armfield phrase book a few moments ago. Jim always used to say, one of his many phrases was, I thought I was right.
Jim was always right.
He was always right.
He was never wrong, Jim. He was great character, and one of the good guys.
Yeah.
Met him plenty of times when I was at Blackpool.
Yeah, but I knew you would have done. Yeah, much missed. And I was actually thinking of Graham Taylor as well today, because I remember watching Kim Ream make his debut for Bolton in a commentary match with Graham Taylor. Both greatly missed. Arsenal with the ball inside their own half, playing it out to the left hand side. Martinelli, Xhaka playing it down the left hand side for Martinelli, who's away from Tete into the full back position. Still Martinelli. Tete's back in position. They're in the box together now. Takes it to the byline, clips it across, it's headed down. Ben White's in there, but then scraped away by Robinson for Fulham. And then Arsenal again come, but free kick given for foul, I think by Odegaard, wasn't it?
El Nene it was.
On Mitrovic, and it's a free kick, and that stops Arsenal's progress.
It's a lovely one too. between Xhaka and Martinelli, and then he just gets in that position where he fakes to shoot and drags over the ball, and it just dinks up to the back post for Jesus and just doesn't get enough on it. But now a good play from Arsenal again, and the foul there from Mitrovic. Go down, get your foul, get your team a rest. 38 minutes gone. You know, Arsenal not really created too many big chances, but there's key moments in terms of round that box.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, 5 live, half-time approaching. Adebayo takes this free kick, but over everyone and beyond and through to Ramsdale, who overarms it out, and then great footwork from Saka to take it away from 2 Fulham men. Saka plays it infield, Odegaard tries to give it back, but it's beyond him and behind Robinson, and Robinson plays it out off Saka for a throw-in. Well done, Robinson. He's had a real test from Bukayo Saka so far in this match.
Yeah, he's an upcoming star for England and also for Arsenal. But Saka, he's started the season really well, and it's going to be a tough afternoon for Robinson, but you know, he's got high future. A lot of clubs have looked at him as well, so you know, Odegaard is causing Fulham so many problems by just getting in that pocket, you know, in behind Paulinho and Reed. You know, he's picking up great spaces, and he's definitely a player that can go and see an eye for a pass and penetrate between the defence, and you know, the longer the game goes and the more opportunities he can get there.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, here with us on BBC Radio. 5 minutes to go to the break.
The amount of times he makes that run between the full back and the centre back, and because his run is going between the two of them, he's making Robinson come in the pitch and allowing Saka to hold the touchline. And if Arsenal can get it out here quick, then they'll obviously have a free man in Saka and be able to get a 1v1 situation.
Did you see that little video that Anthony Robinson put out pre-season with him doing his card trick?
Yes, I've seen it.
That was brilliant,
wasn't
it? Well, today he's the man on the other end of the tricks. Here's Odegaard.
I hope he doesn't pick up a couple of cards today, because he'll be in trouble if he does.
That's a very good point. Here's Xhaka, now to the left-hand side to Tierney. Tierney gives it back in field. Gabriel, and here's El Neni, hair flopping, passes the ball back out to the left-hand side, and Xhaka is out there. He's reinvigorated. I think he's probably in his 3rd or 4th life, isn't he, Xhaka, as an Arsenal player. Here's Saka now on the right-hand side, receives it from Odegaard. Saka against Robinson, goes one way, then the other. Little bit of a touch from Cabano. Saka keeps his feet though, but makes sure the referee knows that he was caught, and keeps his feet again as Cabano puts in challenge. Then Odegaard goes down. Referee says no. Paulinho with the challenge. They don't like that, the Arsenal fans. Up to Pereira on the halfway line. 2 Arsenal men in on him. Gabriel and Saliba, the 2 central defenders, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Fulham, which has also not gone down terribly well.
No, it wasn't a foul. He's done well, Paulinho, to outmuscle Odegaard there, but Mikel's he's not happy. He's not,
and he's signalling. He's actually having to find a position because there are so many players. In fact, I think he's trying to actually send a message to Tierney on the far side, not to the referee. Throw-in is taken for Fulham down the line, and the ball runs out of play. So there's a tangle there, a wrestling match between Cordova-Reid and Saliba, and the ball runs out, and it's a goal kick.
And I think he's on to the referee, the 4th official. He's on to the nearest linesman as well, given it was a foul. He's intense. He's all action, Mikel, in terms of on the touchline, but that's how he wants his players to be, intense. You've seen that in the documentary, and how he comes across is, for me, the stuff in the documentary was brilliant, and I really got to see how passionate he was about the game.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you do something like that, as Tierney sends a long ball over the top down the left-hand side, but Xhaka had straight offside, so it's a free kick to Fulham. When you do something like that, you know, the club have control. The club have a lot of control.
The club will have looked at the whole situation in terms of what they want to put out.
What's the image they want to project?
And the women's is passion. You know, they want the will to win, the intensity that he wants his club and his people to play at. I think it was a real eye-opener for what we were used to.
Can backfire, but I think so far with Arsenal's, it's worked in their favour. Here's Mitrovic near the halfway line, 2 men around him, and loses out. And then there's a foul by Paulinho on Bukayo Saka, and the home supporters feel that should be a yellow card for Paulinho. And then Gabriel Jesus squares up to Paulinho, and referee Gillett walks slowly across and doesn't point at Paulinho. He points at Gabriel Jesus for his reaction. So still has general milling about on the halfway line. Mitrovic has stayed down on the ground. I mean, it's nothing too unsavoury, this. It's just general milling around and sort of body touching, shoulder to shoulder. And now they've got players gathered around, and the referee's saying to everybody, go away, everybody else. He just wants to speak to Jesus and Palhinha.
Yeah, nothing in it. Saka obviously gets fouled from Palhinha and breaking up the plays. All two of them have booked here.
Yellow card for both.
I think it's more of the reaction from Jesus that allowed it to happen. It was a foul, but it wasn't a yellow card. He just stopped the play. And Jesus has overreacted to it.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether the yellow card for Palhinha is for... I think possibly the yellow card is for the disagreement between Jesus and Palhinha, not for the foul by Palhinha.
It's just the referee trying to stamp his authority in terms of, right, OK, gave both of them a yellow card, calm down and let's get on with the game.
And as he spoke to him, Palhinha, to Jesus, who's quite a bit shorter than him, you know, the head's down, it's not far away from making contact, so what you do not want, if you're Marco Silva and Fulham, against this Arsenal team currently, is to go down to 10 men.
Oh, absolutely not. But
Arsenal, Martinelli plays it in, and Robinson comes across because Jesus was teeing himself up for the overhead kick from 11 yards out, but headed behind by Robinson.
Good defending, good covering at that back post, not sleeping, and there he sensed the danger and he got over and got it out for a corner. 1
minute of added time. That first half has absolutely flown by. I think we've seen it's 0-0. We've seen some fine football. Here's El Neni, receives it after the corner and then plays it into the back post, and it's headed across by Jesus, but cleared away. Left-footed volley away by Mitrovic on the edge of his own 6-yard box. It bounces out of play. Arsenal not playing for half-time. They want this throw-in taken quickly, which they do through Jesus, but Odegaard loses out and Fulham clear to the halfway line. 15 seconds of the first half to play. This goalless first half here. More reaction coming. You'll hear from Jurgen Klopp in a few minutes, and from Scott Parker as well after the 9-0, which you'll be able to watch on Match of the Day tonight, the highlights after the news. Here's Odegaard, now to Ben White on the right-hand side. Xhaka makes the run down the line, but it goes infield to Odegaard and then back to White again, and White's ball across hits Xhaka, and Jesus with a shot. It's blocked by Ream, and Fulham are able to scrape it away again. Reed with a header away. That must be half-time. The high foot on Odegaard, high foot by Odegaard. It's a free kick against Fulham, for Fulham against Arsenal, and I think that will be it, Charlie Adam.
Yeah, this is the end of the half, but they're like 73% possession for Arsenal. It's been incredible. They've had a lot of the ball.
0-0, go on.
No, exactly. 0-0 with 73% possession, but good cut back there from Ben White. Big chance, but you know, Fulham defended well at the right moments and not really, you would say, battered the goal, but you know, they've had good play around that box.
Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, some really good defence from Fulham, some fine football by Arsenal, a little bit of edge to it as well, and they're still chuntering away Jesus and Mitrovic to referee Gillett as they leave the field. Half time here, Arsenal 0, Fulham 0.
Thank you, John. Charlie, second half on the way, and then it's 6:06 with Robbie and Chris. 08085 909 693. Earlier today, Liverpool equalled the biggest victory in the Premier League as they walloped Bournemouth 9-0. You'll hear from Jurgen Klopp and Scott Parker during half-time. Erling Haaland hit a 90-minute hat-trick as Manchester City came from 2 down to beat Crystal Palace 4-2. Raheem Sterling got his first 2 goals for Chelsea as they beat Leicester 2-1 despite being down to 10 men. Conor Gallagher sent off in the first half for 2 yellow cards. Pascal Gross got the only goal of the game as Brighton beat Leeds to take them to second at the moment. Bruno Fernandes got Manchester United's winner at Southampton. Brentford and Everton finished 1-1. Away from the Premier League, Reading are top of the Championship after a 1-0 win at Millwall. Alex Neil watched on as Stoke won at Blackpool. He's expected to be named their new manager. Portsmouth won at Port Vale. They're now top of League One. Leyton Orient stay top of League Two after beating Hartlepool. And in the Scottish Premiership, Rangers have gone above Celtic after beating Ross County 4-0. Celtic play tomorrow. Away from the football, England won the second test against South Africa at Old Trafford by an innings and 85 runs as South Africa slipped from 141 for 4 to 179 all out. The deciding test with the series at 1-1 is at the Oval next month. The England captain, Ben Stokes, was man of the match.
Just unbelievable today. Like, everyone just flew in and gave their absolute all, you know. They obviously had a little partnership there in the middle, but one of the most impressive things from this whole game, I think, is the relentlessness that we showed as a bowling group and also as a fielding group as well. We never let up.
That spell of yours either side of tee, again, another marathon, but interrupted by a cuppa with your feet up. But again, I mean, where did you get that energy from after the break?
I was sort of a little bit, I was looking at the new ball, and obviously the ball was reversing quite nicely. I felt on good rhythm, so I didn't really want to have to look to turn to Robbo or Jimmy before the new ball, because I knew how important the new ball played on this wicket. So that was the thinking behind that.
Yeah. Ollie Robertson, I think, showed again why you preferred him. He's very skilled.
Yeah, he's incredible. You know, just the natural skill that he has. You know, his height, the way, you know, the areas that he bowls as well. You know, he's not just a tall bowler. He's just relentless with the areas that he bowls, and he just gets natural variation, which is so hard to play, especially with that new harder ball.
Plenty more reaction on the TMS pod, which will be available shortly on BBC Sounds. And in F1, Carlos Sainz and his Ferrari is on pole for tomorrow's Belgian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen was actually the fastest in qualifying, but due to engine penalties, he will start tomorrow's race from 15th, and you can hear commentary of that on the BBC Sport website and app. So you'll hear from Scott Parker and Jurgen Klopp after Carl Hartley in the news.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Two men arrested on suspicion of murdering 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Corbell at her home in Liverpool have been released on bail. One, a 36-year-old man who was detained on Thursday, has been recalled to prison after breaching the terms of his licence. The government is insisting people won't have long to wait before the incoming Prime Minister announces how they intend to help with the rising cost of gas and electricity bills. The Environment Secretary George Eustice said civil servants were drawing up plans for Rishi Sunak or Liz Truss to consider. The Prime Minister of Pakistan says the magnitude of the devastation in his country is bigger than expected after visiting flood-hit areas. Nearly 1,000 people have died, while thousands of others have been displaced as heavy rain continues. And a car belonging to Diana, Princess of Wales, has sold for £650,000 at auction. The black Ford Escort went under the hammer at a sale at Silverstone racetrack. There's more news on the BBC website.
BBC 5 Live, the voice of the UK.
Hello, well this is nice, isn't it? Welcome to the new sounds of Sunday mornings.
Helen Skelton.
It's you and me on Sunday mornings every week from 10 a.m. A bit of sport, entertainment, and I'll help you warm up for an afternoon of the best football commentary you can find on the radio. Plus, we'll be chatting to sporting heroes, celebs, and the week's newsmakers to get behind the headlines. Joining me this Sunday is Rugby World Cup winner Steve Thompson.
This is 5 Live with Helen Skelton.
Sunday mornings from 10.
This is 5 Live Sport with Mark Chapman.
Let's bring you some reaction from the day's football then. Liverpool thrashing Bournemouth 0-0, equaling the biggest victory in Premier League history. Trent Alexander-Arnold joined us live on Sports Report just over an hour ago. He got one of the goals. There were a couple for Roberto Firmino and Luis Diaz as well. Here's Jurgen Klopp.
The mix of wonderful weather and wonderful football is now not that we have that every 3 days. We just have football pretty much every 3 days. But the combination, I think, for the Liverpool soul was very important today for all of us. And just a brilliant start into the game, really flying into the game pretty much. Put your opponent under pressure. We didn't hesitate, we didn't wait, we didn't try to pass. We really tried to find direction immediately. Scored wonderful goals, obviously. We fought the battles in the right area around their goal, winning the ball back high, putting the ball back into the box, having bodies in the box, all these kind of things. That's how we scored the goals. Then from distance as well, Harvey and Trent, and later on. So just a wonderful football game, and for us the perfect reaction, obviously.
In the other camp, Scott Parker.
I guess, given what's happened this week, there must have been a fear inside your camp that you might get some kind of backlash from Liverpool today. But the start to be 2 down after 6 minutes, you can't really recover from that, can you?
Well, there's been a fear of that probably throughout the pre-season, to be quite honest with you, in terms of where we are as a group and where we are as a squad. So there's been that fear because the levels have gone up drastically from where we were. We have a group here which is a very young group, a very inexperienced group in certain areas. Certain players that are experiencing Premier League football for the first time in their whole careers, and that added to the levels of what it was today. proved very, very difficult for us. Of course it did. So it was. But I'm sitting here speaking to you after 10 minutes of the game ending, really, and pretty humbling experience out of today. It was pretty painful.
Martin Fisher asking the question to Scott Parker. Erling Haaland hit a 90-minute hat-trick as Manchester City came from 2 down to beat Crystal Palace 4-2. Pep Guardiola spoke with Will Perry.
The second half, we were there, like what's happened, Aston Villa, Newcastle, many games like West Ham. That's good, but we are be careful because we are able to do it, but sometimes we're not able to do it, so you have to recover 2 goals.
What are the words in your head now to describe Erling Haaland, first City hat-trick?
Well, I would say, I would love to say it's thanks to me because I'm an incredible manager, but the numbers are there, I've done it many times, so it's important. Revenue country, expectations are high with him, and the debate is over. Has this special quality with this type of games always, a guy like in this type of close games, you have to score goals, always have a sense that is there. So incredible for him because he settled really well. He's so incredible humble. I'm really impressed how nice it is. I think his mom and dad make an incredible education to him, and it's nice that he does what no one in the world can do better.
2 yellow cards for Conor Gallagher in 7 minutes meant he was sent off for Chelsea against Leicester, but Raheem Sterling got his first Chelsea goals in the second half to give them a 2-1 victory, and afterwards he spoke to Steve Wilson.
Raheem, well done. That was a really hard-earned 3 points in the end.
Yeah, no, it was a massive 3 points. It's one that we needed after the back of last weekend. I thought the boys, even going down to 10 men, showed passion and commitment, and we got the win in the end.
You might have had a hat-trick, but for a tiny little touch from Danny Ward's big toe, actually, I think, took it onto the post.
Yeah, I think it went off his studs, and again, it's those small margins, and in a game of, a tight one, those ones I've got to take, but as I said, it was a great save.
And at the end, it was all hands on deck, wasn't it? Really, obviously, a man down makes it really difficult, but you defended brilliantly, really.
Yeah, it showed how much it meant to the boys again, the defenders, the boys at the back, how hard they had to work over the 90 minutes, and it's a credit to them. They're the one that won us this game today. And
Edouard Mendy, I think, got a faint touch on that from Perez right there. I mean, that's some save onto the underside of the bar.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, it's teams that win games, and everyone put in incredible performances. Even from Kai from the front, defending with his heart out, and running for the team, and again everyone in defence.
Pascal Gross joined us live on Sports Report after his goal gave Brighton a 1-0 win over Leeds to take them second. Jesse Marsh unhappy with the referee, and he was booked as well.
I was frustrated today with the referee, totally. Right? Our guys, they would get touched and go down and get fouls. Our guys were getting tackled. Like literally moments were just getting tackled and not getting fouls. So, yeah, of course. Then I always say this. I can repeat myself. Chelsea, I don't say a word to the ref the whole game because I think it's a pretty well-refed game, right? Even Barnsley, I don't say a word to the ref. But if I see behaviors from the referee that I don't think are fair, then I have no other recourse than to escalate my emotion and try to make a point on the bench. I'll take yellow cards if that's what it means, but what I want to see is the referee understand what in the moment is happening. So that's what I did today, and I got a yellow.
Despite being down to 10, Woking have just equalised against Wrexham in the National League 4 minutes into the second half. Woking 1, Wrexham 1, back to the Premier League. A late equaliser for Brentford in a 1-1 draw with Everton. Thomas Frank spoke with Mark Scott.
Well, Thomas, what did you make of that?
I'm very pleased and proud of our team. I think the players are amazing. I think they show a top mentality. I think this game, if you played 99 out of 100, we will win it. The amount of chances we create today is incredible. And we actually defensive very solid. We spoke about that before the game. Gave nothing away on defensive set pieces. Of course, we give the goal away, which is a mistake that we need to do better. We knew they will play behind us, so that happens. But how we dominated and controlled this game throughout, and how we don't win it will be a big mystery. But I will praise the players again. Third time coming back, 2-0 down, 2-2, and then 2-2 against Fulham. I know we late equaliser, late winner for Fulham. But again today, that just show this group of players. Wow.
And I know you said so far the season's been a 7 out of 10 in your books. What was the performance today out of 10?
That was a 9 out of 10.
All of the goals and all of the incidents match of the day tonight. Ian Wright, Jermaine Genius alongside Gary, 10:25 on BBC One. Second half of Arsenal and Fulham on the way. That's goalless, and it will be followed by 6:06 with Robbie and Chris.
Thanks so much, chappers. Yeah, United started the day, Kristen. Have they turned the corner?
Well, it looks that way. A week's a long time in football, isn't it? So we want to hear from Manchester United fans. You know, this last week, do you feel more confident with your team? Do you think you can challenge for a Champions League spot? I'm still not so sure.
Liverpool bounced back, 9 goals, equaling the Premier League record.
Yeah, and boy, did they need that. I mean, such a poor start to the season. You go back a month, they beat Manchester City in the Community Shield, whether you count that as a competitive game or not. But Liverpool fans, you know, today, I mean, they were scintillating, albeit against Bournemouth. And Mo Salah, not a goal in 9.
08085 909 693. That's the number to call. What about Chelsea? Sterling with both goals, but Leicester, they could have nicked the draw at the end.
Yeah, Chelsea is a strange team. Really poor performance against Leeds, wasn't it? Raheem Sterling coming up trumps today for them. Conor Gallagher sent off. Where are Chelsea fans with their team so far? Leicester City, though, what is going on there? Looks like Fofana is that deal is done to Chelsea. You're going to lose him, but the manager and the owner, are they on the same wavelength? Let's hear from Leicester City fans.
What about Leeds United? Lawyer Savage just today, was it lazy punditry again? Are Leeds going to stay up?
Listen, I mean, Brighton are a very good team, aren't they?
Brighton, wow.
Brighton, I mean, incredible start to the season under Graham Potter. Got emotional after the game, little fist pump. Don't often see that from Potter, but no, I think Leeds will be absolutely fine, Rob. I'll tell you who we do want to hear from. Sunderland fans. Alex Neil, Sunderland fans, I think they thought he was the real deal. But he's off to Stoke, which is pretty amazing. How do you feel about that, Sunderland fans? Do you feel let down? Which is the bigger club, Rob, in your opinion?
What about Rangers? What a win to get into the Champions League. What about that draw?
Let's hear from Rangers. Let's hear from Celtic fans. Let's hear from all the English clubs who are in European competition as well. Brilliant performance in the week, Rob.
08085 909 693. Right, let's head back to the Emirates. Let's go to George Murray. Oh, sorry, John Murray.
Well, I'm pleased to hear you've been listening to the output anyway. Very impressive. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Chris. We'll hear from them at half-time. I'll let you know when the lines are open. In fact, I think they are now, aren't they? 08085 909 693. Charlie Adams sitting next to me. We're just watching the two sets of players come out for the start of the second half. Don't see any imminent substitutions there. Alex Mitrovic getting a real load of instructions from Marco Silva.
Yeah, just Marco Silva's just getting into Mitrovic to say, listen, you've got to hold it up for us and get us out the other side. That's the key for Arsenal, for Fulham. Mitrovic holds it up the opposite side of the play. It's on for him to get it out there, so he'll be looking to do that second half, and hopefully we can see a goal, John.
Yep, here are the two teams, as I say, as they started the match. Arsenal with Ramsdale in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Tierney the back four, El Neni and Xhaka in the middle, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Odegaard behind Jesus. If you're wondering, if you haven't heard earlier, Zinchenko and Partey both injured in training yesterday afternoon, so out of the match. Gabriel Jesus gets the second half underway, plays the ball back to goalkeeper Ramsdale, long downfield from him, and Fulham were able to clear it on the edge of their own box. Red shirts with the white sleeves, of course, for Arsenal in a home match, white shorts and red socks, and Fulham in their first choice colours as well, the white with the black trim, black shorts and white socks, and their team, Leno in goal, coming back to his old club. At the back, Keita, Adebayo, Ream and Robinson, and then Reed and Palhinha in the middle, Pereira centrally, Cabano on the left, Di Cordova, Reed on the right, and Mitrovic through the middle. And it is 0-0. Arsenal played some really attractive football, Charlie, didn't they, at times in the first half, in fact for large portions of the first half.
Yeah, just looking at the stats, 73% possession first half, but lovely intricate play around the box, which Arsenal, we always knew that Arsenal are, and that's what they've done. And just that final pass in the moment, or heavy touch, but long 45 here for Fulham if they set off and allow anything to happen.
That's just what they're doing on the right hand side now with Saka and Jesus into the penalty area, stretch from Jesus, it's not cleared the box, the ball comes across, takes a deflection, and that is caught by goalkeeper Leno. And the great thing from a Fulham point of view is the fact that despite all of that, Fulham were able to restrict them to really just a couple of clear chances.
Yeah, there was nothing huge that really troubled. They played some good football at Arsenal around the box, but you know, the Fulham defenders, they got their, you know, last ditch tackles and things like that, but nothing that really caused Leno any problems.
There's a foul by Saliba on Mitrovic, halfway inside the Fulham half, which is an interesting one, isn't it, to put in a challenge like that. They seem to catch him. Mitrovic has gone down and stayed down, and Saliba has trotted away from that.
Yeah, just stand on the back of his Achilles there. He's tried to get too tight to him, and Mitrovic has gone by him, and he just stood in his Achilles, and it's a sore one.
Did he know what he was doing?
Nah, it's nothing dangerous or intentionally. Just clipped him and caught him there in the end.
And Mitrovic still rolling.
Xhaka getting involved now.
All right.
Giving him a bit of tugs abuse.
Least surprising development of the afternoon. Mitrovic is there. I could see him, you know.
Two fiery characters, Mitrovic and Xhaka.
Mitrovic absolutely glared at him, whether it was Xhaka or whether it was Saliba.
No, I think Xhaka's given him a bit back, you know, to them exchange of words, but
that's one to watch.
Yeah.
It's a free kick to Mitrovic is on his feet now, and you can hear the reaction from the Arsenal fans who are all on their feet on the far side. He's walking off towards that far side. They're on their feet, and they're saying, of course, there's nothing wrong with you. You've been putting it on. And Mitrovic has put his hands to his ears, cupped his ears there, back to the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, he's just playing, isn't he? He's just winding them up, having a bit of fun.
Do you ever do that, Charlie?
Oh, always.
Yeah. With the opposition fans?
Yeah.
Mitrovic waiting to come back on. Arsenal fans are saying to Fulham, come on, get on with it. And they do take the free kick downfield. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Arsenal, remember, are hoping to make it 4 wins out of 4 to start the season. Ball played down the right-hand side. Saka, and then Robinson's in with the challenge to put it out of play for a throw into the home side. Arsenal playing from right to left as we look in this second half. We're up in the top tier for commentary today. Throw into the penalty area. Jesus is towered over by Ream, who got his head to the ball. Here's Odegaard again. Saka giving it back to Odegaard. Very tight in there, Robinson and Cabano together. And then it comes back for the cross from the right-hand side, deep to the back post. Martinelli's after it, headed it up under pressure, it should be said, from Tate, could only head it up in the air, and Leno made the catch.
Yeah, simple, just overhit really from White. Martinelli climbs up above Tete there at the back post, and Leno goes and takes it well.
Still goalless, early stages of the second half. Lines are open for 606 to talk to Robbie and Chris on 08085 909 693. Pereira does well down the left, gets the ball into the back post. Decoed over Reed, though, was sort of dominated in the air by Tierney, who claimed that Decoed over Reed was pushing him, but the ball was came off Decoed over Reed behind goal.
Yeah, decent enough cross there from Pereira to the back post, and Bobby Reed just gets above Tierney, a little slight push, but not enough for me for a foul, but he gets there and nearly gets a chance at goal.
And then a foul by Pereira as Arsenal tried to pass it out from the back. He shoved over.
A few grumblings going on now already, isn't there? There's only 5 minutes of second half gone, and the Arsenal fans are starting to moan and trying to encourage their team to get up the pitch.
Yeah, they're moaning out Fulham, I think, for what they see as their antics. But it's out for a throw-in on the far side. They want to see their team get in front here. But Arsenal with the throw down the right-hand side. Jesus, very closely watched by Robinson, who then puts the challenge in, brings down Jesus. That's a free kick on the right-hand side, and if that's a yellow card for Robinson, which I think it might be, it is. Yeah, that's a problem for Robinson, who's got Saka and Jesus and whoever and Odegaard to deal with on that far side.
Yeah, he's treading water now, you know, with Saka on that side, and you know, he left it late on Jesus there.
So it's a free kick.
Oh, but nasty, just catches him right above the foot, on the top of the foot there.
Jesus is okay though, and even though he's limping, I think after the start that he's made with his 2 goals so far, 3 assists, I think it's going to take more than that to keep Jesus out of the action after that move.
He's been a good buy, isn't he, so far?
So far, it's been very good, very promising, and he's clearly loving it, isn't he, playing in that position. Free kick for Arsenal, played into the area, only half-headed down. Martinelli with a shot, that was into a crowd of players, and the ball actually ricochets all the way, and that shot, deflected shot, has set Fulham off on a counter-attack, and Cabano takes it into the penalty area, and Cabano then miskicks as he's trying to cross it to Pereira in the middle. I think he missed it altogether.
Oh, wow. He does brilliant to run 70 yards.
Comes back for Mitrovic, and it's sat up nicely for him, and he went for the volley from 22, 23 yards, but got underneath it and sent it over the top.
Cabana does brilliant, runs 70 yards, goes past Odegaard, and that's that last final pass into Pereira, who's free in the middle of the box. He miskicks it and ends up falling on his back, and what a chance there for Fulham.
I know someone who won't be watching Match of the Day tonight, just in case that appears. Oh, it's the classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ball rolled into his standing foot and bounced away from his left foot,
just
which he
how
intended to
unlucky
cross.
that last moment, that last action in the box, because Pereira had a free shot at goal if he could get it across.
We've all done that, and anyone who's played football has done that.
Oh, we've done worse than that.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Tierney heading the ball back, and Arsenal have it in front of their own penalty area. Arsenal, the only team in the 92 who've won all of their league matches this season. And actually, you had to go down into National League North and National League South to find another team from the top of the pyramid where that was the case. Here's Tete, chests the ball off, but he's given it to Martinelli, and now Odegaard on his left foot, shoots low, saved by Leno. Quite a routine save, parried it away. Still with Arsenal on the right hand side. Saka, left-footed ball flicked into the area. Leno comes and catches that a yard or two outside his 6-yard box.
Yeah, no, a good play from Arsenal again. Martinelli skipping by Tete there and playing out to Odegaard. Probably could have left it there for Saka, but he takes responsibility, cuts inside, hits his shot. And unfortunately, if he'd just seen that pass to be able to slip Saka back in, Saka might have had a chance of a shot goal. But Arsenal keeping the pressure back on again.
Yeah, it was close enough, wasn't it, to Leno diving down to his left to keep out his former teammate. But Arsenal coming again, red and white waves coming forward against Fulham. Jesus to Xhaka, Xhaka back to Jesus, whose right foot shot. He tried to find the bottom corner, but it seemed to lack power, and so Leno again diving to his left made a routine save.
Yeah, great play again. Cut back from Xhaka to the edge of the box and just never got enough power on it to get it past Leno. The crowd, they've lifted the crowd now, the atmosphere is totally different.
Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, but chances beginning to come now for Arsenal. The home side, Mikel Arteta's side, watching on for what is his 100th league match in charge of Arsenal. The first manager to reach that milestone for Arsenal since Arsene Wenger and George Graham before that. They both won their 100th league match in charge. Ball played forward from the back by Arsenal for Gabriel, but that's headed away for Fulham. And now Marco Silva's team will come forward. De Cordova-Reid down the right-hand side. Harrison Reed's appeared on the right wing. Here's a cross from Tete. Mitrovic attacking the ball, but Ben White stood up strong and did enough to deflect his attempt to get to the ball, Mitrovic, and it's out for a throw.
Yeah, no, good defender from Ben White there, just getting his body in front of Mitrovic. Go back and just watching Mikel, he's at Kieran Tierney just to go in the mid as they're building up, getting Tierney to push in the midfield to take Bobby Reid in to allow Martinelli to get 1v1 with Tete on this near side.
Oh, now Arsenal have lost it. Gabriel loses out to Mitrovic in his own box, and Mitrovic has tucked it away. Strong play from Mitrovic, but awful from Arsenal. Bad mistake by Gabriel. Yet another player is caught in possession inside his own box this season. It's catching right across the leagues, and Arsenal, their 100% winning record is in danger here, and Fulham could win away to Arsenal for the very first time. Arsenal 0, Fulham 1, and Mitrovic has just scored his 4th of the season.
Yeah, no, they've stayed in the game, and it's Saka. He tries to chip it, he trips it across the box to Saliba, to Gabriel, sorry. It's a terrible pass from Saka. You get told the school could never pass the ball across your box. He chips it high over him. It's a poor touch. He dilly-dallies on it. He gets caught, and Mitrovic is brilliant and out-muscles him and sticks it by Ramsdale.
There's the turn-up. Arsenal 0, Fulham 1. They've defended well. They've kept Arsenal out. And now that's the sucker punch.
It happens. Let's say you can have all the pressure, all the chance, all the possession, and not score the goal. And all of a sudden, you give one chance away, and it's taken away. And Mitrovic has done that. It's a big goal, and now the pressure's on Arsenal.
And there we are for Alexander Mitrovic. The celebrations, the Fulham team's celebrations, have only just ended. And now finally the match can resume. And that was, how long was that? That must be
a good minute and a half.
It's got to be a minute and a half they've taken to get back into position. But it was at the Fulham fans' end, all the white shirts down in the bottom corner. And now there are some wild Fulham scenes down there. It's not too often we've said that in the Premier League in recent seasons, but shirts are coming off, arms in the air, Fulham songs being sung in full voice. As I say, 30 times they've played away to Arsenal at Highbury or here at the Emirates. They've never won, but they are winning today. And Arsenal could be about to be pegged back for the first time this season. Long way to go yet though, but they've got to come from behind Mikel Arteta's team. El Neni goes square towards the man who was caught in possession, Gabriel. But as Charlie Adams says, it was Saka's pass that put him under pressure. Martinelli has now shrugged off the ball, and that's a free kick 10 yards inside the Fulham half.
Arsenal just got to get back to doing what they're doing in terms of, keeping the possession, creating the chance, and hoping that something happens. It opens up, switches off.
Arsenal take that free kick short, and then it's played through the middle, but Tim Ream steps across and then angles it back infield. And Fulham are now trying to play their way out of their own half, which they're doing quite successfully until Di Cordova-Reid passes it straight to Martinelli. And now the ball from Martinelli to the right-hand side to Saka, who arrives in the penalty area, but didn't return it to Odegaard, or didn't play it through to Odegaard. And Fulham were able to clear through Ream. And now Cabano with a crossfield pass. Mitrovic under pressure, tried to glance it on, also tried to win the free kick. He wasn't successful in doing either of those things. And so with just over half an hour to go, it is Arsenal 0, Fulham 1.
Big thing for Fulham when they get opportunities, when they turn the ball over near their own box, they can get that first pass off and use the pace of Cabana to get them up the pitch. This Arsenal going to be open and expansive because of the way they play. If they can get that first pass Pereira into Cabano, then they definitely can get up the pitch. Bobby Reid's quick as well, so they'll get opportunities if they can turn the ball over. And Nketiah's coming on here.
Yeah, and Nketiah, they're shouting behind us. You might be able to hear them. Come on, Eddie. But he's not on the field yet. Fulham delaying the taking of the throw, which they eventually do through Tete. And Fulham lead through Mitrovic's 4th goal of the season, which also, incidentally, a real milestone for him. That is his 100th goal for Fulham. What a place to score it. What a time to score it as well. Arsenal attacking down the right-hand side with Saka, but Robinson does well. Wins the ball back from him. Pereira plays it out to Cabano, and then Cabano wins a throw-in off Bukayo Saka. I think Arsenal will make this change now, and it's Tierney who's coming off, so the left back is off. So what are they going to do? Are they going to now have very much three central defenders?
Yeah, no, just looking to the shape here, what's going to happen. Gabriel's going to go to 3 centre backs. Yeah,
and Martinelli playing as the man on the left, if you like, so 3, 4, 3.
Ben White, Saliba and Gabriel play at the back. Two number 10s and Jesus up front.
So Nketiah, that's the first change that either manager has made. So that's a decisive move from Mikel Arteta, watching his team 1-0 down here, deciding he doesn't need 4 defenders. And now here is Martinelli on the left-hand side. Martinelli up against Tete, plays it infield. Xhaka allows it to run. Odegaard just outside the D, couldn't put the pass through to Saka. Robinson stepped forward, intercepted it, then tried to win the free kick, but Odegaard wins the ball back and plays it through to Nketiah, and that's some turn by Nketiah, who pulls it across, deflected out. Martinelli on his right foot shoots, but that was closed down by De Cordova-Reid, and Fulham are able to clear it away. He was like Dennis Bergkamp, Eddie Nketiah.
Brilliant turn there from Nketiah, just cut back to the edge of the box. Nobody was just following up there, but the movement of being able to go and run in behind it, stretch the game, stretch Fulham to allow the pockets to appear for Odegaard, and now Nketiah playing in the two number 10 positions.
Wasn't it? It was the Dennis Bergkamp style.
Brilliant turn from Nketiah.
Have you seen it again? I'd love to see that again. Give us a shout if that's coming on again. That was terrific. He will be watching Match of the Day tonight, unless Arsenal lose, of course. Arsenal 0, Fulham 0. Match of the Day tonight after the news. Of course, it's on again in the morning, or these days, don't forget that you can watch it anytime via the iPlayer, all of the Match of the Days. So watch it tonight. Talk about this action with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 606 08 085 909 693 to take. They're waiting for your calls. Read about the action on the BBC Sport website and app, and then listen to the 5 Live Football Daily podcast every morning via BBC Sounds. 1-0 Fulham lead. Mitrovic's goal, he scored it in the 57th minute after Arsenal were caught playing out from the back, but Arsenal now playing it forward to Jesus inside the box, but Robinson intercepts that and clears it away downfield, and Arsenal, Gabriel plays it into Mitrovic, but the ball bounces away and through for a goal kick. So Fulham in front, developing story here, and a goal kick that Arsenal take quickly. They're in a hurry now. Ball played to the right hand side. Mentioned the fact they were the only team in the 92 to have won all of their league matches so far this season, coming into today's games in National League North and South, as the ball is played through now to the edge of the penalty area. Arsenal again, and then the shot from Odegaard. Leno diving to his left, couldn't keep it out. He's got a hand to it, but it found its way in, and Arsenal are level 1-1.
Yeah, it's an own goal again off of Adebayo. It's a brilliant play from Odegaard, great feet, goes to have a shot, and it's off Adebayo's leg. It goes past Leno.
Yeah, wrong-footed by it. The Fulham goalkeeper Saka made a surging run towards the edge of the penalty area, and Odegaard,
leg.
Yeah, it was a deflection. Adebayo was only maybe 3 or 4 yards away from Odegaard when he hit it on his left foot, but that deflection wrong-footed the Fulham goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's great build-up play from Arsenal. Like you say, they've stuck to that principle, keeping the 2 number 10s in the pockets, not allowing it. They force it to get it into that position, and Saka gets turned, plays into Odegaard, and it's a great finish in terms of what they want to do in the build-up play. But Arsenal back in the game, and that substitution, has really turned the game.
7 minutes, Fulham led, or thereabouts. I think I'm right in saying that. I think that will go down as Odegaard's goal.
Yeah, it's an own.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an own goal.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it's an own goal.
Depends whether it was on target or not. That is how they decide it. We'll find out on our Magic app what the Premier League are saying, whether that is an own goal or whether it's an Odegaard goal. That tells us that's the definitive version, Charlie. So we'll find out before too long. Arsenal 1, Fulham 1.
Hopefully it's on that car journey home tonight. We've got a long way to go back up north.
Yes. Although in saying that, I'm only going far as Nottingham tonight for the match tomorrow, so I'm not too far. Here is Tete to the right hand side to De Cordova-Reid. So 1-1 now. Arsenal right back in it, and the ball runs away from De Cordova-Reid, but Martinelli, the final touch was off him, and they tried to fool the officials there, but the officials weren't for fooling. It did come off the Arsenal man. It's a corner.
Yeah, it's a corner. It's good. Listen, it's positive from Reid. He gets at Martinelli, who's a forward playing sort of left wing back, and you'll get your chance there, and he's managed to get a corner. Good delivery from Pereira here, and you've got a good chance, good height in the box.
Yeah. Listen, this Fulham team, don't count them out. Pereira to take this corner from the right hand side. Outswinger towards the penalty spot, which is brilliantly saved. That was a super save. Mitrovic got his head to it, dominating the air inside the box, and actually he took a boot off Jesus, lost a boot in Mitrovic's challenge on him, aerial challenge, but that was a fine save from Ramsdale.
That's the thing, he's a striker against a striker in the defence. Mitrovic throws Jesus at the way, gets above him, and it's a great save from Ramsdale at his near post, and Ben White reacts brilliant to block Bobby Reid's shot. Oh, it was a big chance for Fulham.
Yeah, Mitrovic with the initial header, and then Reid threw himself, and then White threw himself in front of de Cordova Reid's follow-up shot. So that's a very good save first from Ramsdale, and a very good block from White to keep it at 1-1.
Is that good news as well? Premier League say Odegaard scored. It's good for my fantasy team, that as well.
Yeah, so not an own goal. It's been given to Odegaard. So Odegaard with the equaliser. We've got a game here, Charlie Adam.
Oh, it's sprung right into life here. It was a big chance that for Fulham. We said about Pereira's delivery, he's got good quality. Mitrovic gets above, Jesus has that chance, and you know, Fulham are not out this. Substitution, Fulham now as well.
Tom Kearney is coming on, experienced Scotland international midfielder. Fulham with it on the right hand side, de Cordova Reid. Mitrovic with a header, but that was from probably 12 yards out, and Gabriel was there as well, and he could only head it over the top. I must say, Mitrovic, I've only seen Fulham so far, highlights of on the television. To see Mitrovic in this match, you know, when they said not sure he's going to be able to cut it in the Premier League, look at what he's done when he's previously been here. He's a presence.
Oh, he's a personality. He's strong. He's quick, and you need that type of players, especially coming away from home. You need to be able to, you know, you're going to be under pressure. Arsenal are going to have a lot of possession, but when you can get old, when you got somebody like that, the strength that he's got, and get runners in behind, it's huge for your team and for your group to get up the pitch and get a bit of momentum into the match.
Arsenal 1, Fulham 1, latest in the National League. Woking 1, Wrexham 2. So Wrexham back in front. Hayden scored again, Woking down to 10 men in that match, and 1-1 the score here at the Emirates Stadium. Lively. Just have that feeling that this match is not over yet by a long chalk. Pereira, that's a lovely turn against Odegaard, and then he takes it on. Pereira crosses low, that was blocked by White inside the penalty area. Comes back, Anthony Robinson with a cross for Fulham to the back post. Mitrovic heads it across. They're claiming he was fouling Gabriel, who was left on the ground there by Mitrovic. He knows he's in a battle, Gabriel against Mitrovic, and no mistake, Fulham win it back. Tete has been picked up for a foul. I think there might have been a high foot in there by Tete. I'm not sure how much was in that. And Arsenal want to take this free kick, and both de Cordova Reid and Tete are stopping Arsenal from taking it. Ramsdale came and got involved. De Cordova Reid said something to referee Gillett. He's been booked.
It's become scrappy there. Fulham are just trying to play the game. They're trying to slow it down, nick moments, trying to take the pace out of Arsenal. Arsenal want to get momentum, and Fulham trying not to. But the referee's made the decision, books him, and now Mitrovic's in the referee's ear as well.
Arsenal 1, Fulham 1, 20 minutes to play. This is lively.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's sprung to life. Fulham sort of changed their shape a little bit. Gone 4-1, 4-1. Pereira gone over on that left-hand side.
El Neni is being put under pressure by Reid. Arsenal are still halfway inside their own half here, and then it's played up the right-hand side. Odegaard just scored his third goal of the season after his 2 against Bournemouth last weekend, so he's right up there in the scoring stakes. The early stages of the season, the Arsenal captain comes in field, but the ball is deflected out of play for a throw-in to the visitors. Still relatively newly promoted Fulham, champions last season, having gone straight back down in their last 2 seasons up in the Premier League. But this is a very encouraging and promising start that they're making this time round. Mitrovic plays well, does what his manager told him at half-time to hold it up, plays it square. And now Kearney, who's onto the field, as de Cordova Reid plays it back to the halfway line, and Fulham go over towards the left-hand side. Still inside Arsenal territory. Palhinha, centrally, square from him. Tete, the Dutch right back. And then back it goes to Adebayo on the halfway line. Arsenal have just dropped off it. 20 minutes to go, less than 20 minutes to play. Saka heads the ball forward, and then Tete comes in with a challenge on Martinelli that is given Jesus, that is given as a free kick 10 yards inside the Fulham half, the Arsenal half.
Yeah, the swap is also a little tactical change for Arsenal as well. Saka's come over to this near side and playing as the left wing back, and Martinelli's gone as the right wing back. So Arsenal 3-4, 2 number 10s, and Jesus up front now.
Yep, Saka, we've seen him play there before for club and country. Here he is now, Saka on the left wing after that tactical change by Mikel Arteta. Ball played back by Jesus to Xhaka. Ball played out to the right hand side by the former captain Xhaka to Martinelli in his new position out on the other flank. Martinelli back to Odegaard. Odegaard gets the ball down. Martinelli on the right. Here's the cross. Oh, it's just flicked away by Ream, and Fulham were able to clear. Just got to it ahead of Nketiah. The tiniest of glances, otherwise it would have dropped for Nketiah. But Martinelli crosses again. Jesus tries to chest down. Tete puts in the challenge, and Fulham are able to clear into their right back position. Saka now carrying it infield, and De Cordova-Reid gets a crucial touch for Fulham. Bounces back for Arsenal though. Odegaard playing it to the right hand side. They shout and shoot at Odegaard even though he's on his left foot. Oh, clearance is missed by Robinson. Low shot from Martinelli, but Leno is able to drop onto it down to his right.
Yeah, a chance there. Martinelli tries to get Robinson, he takes it off him, then Robinson takes it off, and a chance possibly of Martinelli. I don't know if Robinson, he gets caught napping, and Martinelli tries to nick it off him. Maybe if he goes down, he gives the referee an opportunity to maybe look at a penalty, but he has his shot, and it was tame into the goal.
Lines are open for 606 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 08085 909 693 on 606. Get in touch, 85058 hashtag BBC 606. If you're a Sunderland supporter, Robbie and Chris were saying they'd like to hear from you at half-time, and obviously Liverpool fans, Bournemouth fans after the massacre of Anfield. And I was reliably informed at half-time as Pereira playing the ball forward, El Neni cuts that out, and now Xhaka, Arsenal on the move again through the middle, and Nketiah, Ream with a challenge. That's a free kick, says referee Gillett. Not sure how much there was in that.
Yeah, no, it was a foul. It was good play from Odegaard into Nketiah, turns Ream well, and it's a foul, and Arsenal now just creeping up the pitch slowly.
Arsenal take the free kick in the centre circle. He had 9 goals for Liverpool today. Our friend and colleague Conor McNamara came and told us at half-time that the last team to score 10 goals in a match in the top flight of English football were Fulham. As the ball is played forward for Arsenal down the right-hand side, Martinelli does well, gets there, low ball to Nketiah, right side of the penalty area. Nketiah plays it square, El Neni then helps it onto his left. Xhaka passes it straight into De Cordova-Reid, and Fulham are able to play it away. Arsenal showing signs since those tactical changes, of being more of the style that we saw in the first half from them.
Yeah, just Nketiah's brought a life to the game. His personalities, his energy is giving Arsenal a little bit of a lift, and now they're getting a little bit more momentum into the match. And there's only one team that looked like going to score this second goal, but Fulham, longer they stay in the game,
not counting them out, Charlie. I'm not counting out another one, but anyway, here come Arsenal down the right hand side with Nketiah. Nketiah does well, cuts back, beats Ream, shoots, and wide across the face of goal with his left foot. Well played, Nketiah.
Yeah, brilliant play from him. He goes 1v1 and he chops inside, and he has his shot with the left foot, but probably should be hitting the target from there.
You can hear he's popular with the supporters behind us. Woking 1, Wrexham 3 now is the latest score in the National League. Ollie Palmer with the latest goal for Wrexham. Mentioned the fact the 100% records. Kings Lynn's went today, so that leaves Ebbsfleet as the next team down the pyramid who've won all their league games this season. They won this afternoon in National League South.
Just shows how competitive all the leagues are, that it's very hard to string a lot of results together.
And Ketia does well again on the halfway line, gives it to Odegaard, now to Saka into the box on the left hand side. It's very congested, but the shot from Saka comes off the leg of Tete, who was sent one way and the other by Saka, deflected it wide of the near post corner.
Yeah, good play, took double step over there from Saka and a good block. Odegaard's now just trying to get the Arsenal fans lifted, raising his arms.
Less than 15 minutes to play. These Arsenal fans want their team to make it 4 wins out of 4 at the start of this Premier League season. But currently it's 1-1. Martinelli with a deep corner, but that's caught by his former teammate Leno, just backing away, not under pressure, catches it, drops to the ground, and will happily take up a few more seconds of time before he gets rid of this. A draw here would do Fulham very nicely, and as I say, I'm not ruling out the possibility of Fulham snatching another one.
No, you never know, especially with set play or with that powerful of Mitrovic. But
yeah,
Odegaard, brilliant to watch.
Brilliant play, dragged the ball back twice, and then left foot from the halfway line, cross to Martinelli. Martinelli slips it into the penalty area. Xhaka works it across, comes off the defender, bounces away, and even though Leno sprinted along his dead ball line and grabbed it, the bouncing ball, the officials say it was over the line. It's a corner to Arsenal again. Needs a better delivery than last time. In fact, they take it short. Martinelli gets it back. Martinelli right-footed ball. He's overhit that. It's headed back from the dead ball line, but it was over the line when Gabriel got his head to it. So it is a goal kick to Fulham, who are going to make a double change. Kevin Mbabu is coming on, the right back, and so is Issa Diop. So that looks as though that's going to be 3 central defenders, isn't it? Let's see who's coming off. First of all,
Pereira's coming off for Diop. So look, look like you're going to go to a back 5.
Yeah. So Mbabu coming on, and the other player who's coming off,
Pereira,
is was that Tete the first player to come
Tete
off?
Come off,
yeah,
and Pereira coming off.
Yeah, that's right. So Mbabu at right back, number 27, the Swiss international, and Diop, the recent arrival from West Ham after 4 years over on the other side of London, comes back into the heat of this West-North London derby match, which is level at 1-1, and Diop is going to play as the middleman of the 3.
Yeah, middleman of the back 3. He's not played much football in terms of at West Ham during the pre-season, so obviously trying to build his fitness up. The last 10-15 minutes to go.
Yeah, Mitrovic has gone down. That's why you can hear the reaction. He stayed down. It's not a free kick. He's not getting to his feet. You'll hear it when he does get onto his feet. And there we are. 10 minutes to play. Arsenal 1, Fulham 1. 10 minutes away from 6:06. And Jesus to Nketiah. Nketiah can't take it on past Adorabayo, who is able just to take it away and then clear it away. Backs to the wall here for Fulham. A raucous Emirates Stadium. Still sunshine on the upper tiers of the stadium. Beautiful evening. And Arsenal straining to try and get this second goal and to keep this winning run going at the start of this Premier League season. Here's Odegaard. Odegaard cutting infield from the right-hand side, so on his left foot, gives it to Martinelli on the edge of the area. Martinelli does well, works it to the right-hand side. A turn from White. White being forced away by Robinson. Mitrovic is there as well, inevitably. Ball played infield, but he's given it away to El Neni. And now Odegaard on his left foot. Brilliant footwork. Gets it back from Martinelli, but the shot, it was too congested in there for Odegaard. And Fulham were able to get bodies in, clear it, and now Kearney is actually taking it to the halfway line. And then it's driven forward from Mitrovic, who just whacks it downfield to Ramsdale.
Yeah, he looks dead in his feet, Mitrovic, and he tries to play that long pass over to Bobby Reid, but he just straight into Ramsdale, and Arsenal back on the attack.
We've got 9 minutes to play. Arsenal 1, Fulham 1. Diop now. I mean, he's quite a presence in there. This is his Premier League debut for Fulham. Played the other night in the defeat at Crawley. Arsenal with Gabriel. And Gabriel square to El Neni. And now El Neni, low pass to Odegaard. Odegaard just turns back onto his left foot. Square from him. Gabriel 30 yards out. Gabriel looking for the pass through, which he does to Martinelli. Martinelli back to Nketiah with a shot, but straight at goalkeeper Leno, who was going down at the time. The shot was just above his head, but he was able to get his hands up, parry it and catch it.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant play from Gabriel. See that Martinelli comes short, goes long, goes past Mbabu, and he cuts it back, and Nketiah, how he could score goals, you'd expect him to do much better than that, and he ends up just playing it straight into Leno's hands. But another chance for Arsenal.
Yeah, they are beginning to stack up, but just the 2 goals so far. Mitrovic scoring for Fulham, his 4th goal of the season, and then Martin Odegaard 7 minutes later equalising via a deflection. Here's Nketiah now on the left-hand side, yet to get off the mark on the goals front this season, but he looks sharp like the rest of his Arsenal teammates. Odegaard now lifts the ball forward to Nketiah, who takes it down, but the defender was in there. And Rabayo just got a touch on that, and Fulham were able to clear.
John, it's just that final decision. Nketiah drops it perfect. He should just hit it with his left foot on the volley. Instead he tries to take a touch, and the defender gets back and clears it. But the doors are just starting to open again here.
I think he tried to do another Bergkamp, Charlie, Nketiah in there.
He should have hit it first time.
Still 1-1. Chalobah is going to be brought on, Nathaniel Chalobah, by Marco Silva. He's making changes almost by the minute. Here's Martinelli curling a shot, but across the face of goal. The referee says it got a twitch off.
Yeah.
Did it go over Reed?
Yeah, it did hit him in the head. He's flicked it past Leno.
In the end, it dropped probably 1.5 yards wide, but it's a corner because of that little deflection. So corner from the far side. Fulham have got everyone back inside their penalty area. We've got 6 minutes to play. It's still 1-1. Unbeaten Fulham in the Premier League this season. Here comes the corner into the near post, a punch by Leno, hasn't cleared the box, and then it is volleyed clear on the edge of the area by Cordova-Reid. El Neni pumps it forward for Arsenal again, down into the full-back position. Jesus goes round Mbabu, and then Mitrovic arrives. Mitrovic arrives like an old-time wrestler.
Tell you what, he's putting his body on the line, isn't he? He's been there when it counts.
Clatters into that, volleys it clear. Ball behind, another corner to Arsenal. What an end to this game. In comes the corner. Leno gets up and makes the catch and goes down clutching the ball. He's had a good game, Leno, on his return.
Come for his crosses, he's done his good thing, had a good save in the first half. This last 6 minutes will feel like, the last half an hour of the game to go for them. It's a long, especially at a place like Arsenal. They dominate the game, they'll create chances, and they'll just be looking for that one moment. But if they can keep the structure right and in good shape, then they'll definitely have a chance of getting something out of this match.
That's Charlie Adam with us here on BBC Radio 5 Live, and Martinelli now being urged on by the Arsenal fans, taking on Mbabu. He's away from Mbabu. Martinelli went for goal from the tightest of angles, and it might even have been going behind and wide of the near post, but Leno made sure and got his hands to it. It's a corner.
Yeah, no, good positive attacking play by Martinelli. He beats Mbabu at the front end. He should have cut it back, but he goes to the near post and Leno cuts it away. But
Martinelli sprints across. Here's the latest corner into the near post. It's rattling around. It's turned in. Arsenal score. They're 2-1 up. Gabriel celebrates. It rattled right around in there on the goal line. Leno is involved. The Fulham players are going to the referee. I think VAR inevitably will have a look at this. But Arsenal have nosed and edged themselves in front, it seems, by 2-1. And it is Gabriel who's receiving the congratulations of his teammates. Gabriel, who was caught out by Fulham for the opening goal, now makes amends.
So it's a great ball into that near post, and Gabriel makes a mess. Zinchenko actually sprints 40-50 yards to get involved in it. He's not even in the match day squad. It just shows the togetherness of this Arsenal squad. They keep probing, they keep probing. Oh, Leno, I think, has got to do better.
Yeah, the goalkeeper came. We were just praising him. He came for it in amongst a crowd of players, and that was a weak punch. A weak punch. It hit 2 or 3 players and dropped right in front of Gabriel. What, a yard and a half out? Swung out a leg, stabbed it in. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1.
Leno's been brilliant for Fulham, but it's his fault for this goal. Should never really come. It was never his ball. He was never favourite for it. He comes and he. Oh, it's a VAR decision here.
So VAR are having a look. Now they're looking for a possible handball, which could rule this out. I mean, the angle that we're looking at on the video, the VAR video, is not great, actually. It's not very clear. But they, back at Stockley Park, they'll have better angles than the ones that we're looking at. And the goal stands. The goal stands. Referee Gillett points to the centre circle. And Arsenal now are on course for 4 wins out of 4 to start the new season in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, listen, he's coming across as Leno. He should never come for the cross. He does make some mistakes, and as Gabriel makes up for his error that gave Fulham the lead. But you know, now Arsenal making the substitute. Tomiyasu's coming on.
Yeah, Chalobah into the midfield, which was part of the plan. Tim Ream is coming off, and young Jay Stansfield is on again. It's been very much part of the picture, the 19-year-old, the former Exeter City youngster. And Arsenal are also going to make a change. Gabriel Jesus is making way. Not being able to get onto the score sheet today, but again has been bright. And that means that the right back, the Japanese international, Takahiro Tomiyasu, is coming on to replace him.
No, listen, sometimes it's not. Jesus would love to have scored the goals, but his general play, his link-up, his work rate has been brilliant for Arsenal, and you know, he's a proper number 9, and it's something that they've been missing for a number of years.
We've got just over a minute of the 90 to play. Arsenal now leading Fulham by 2 goals to 1. They had to come from behind in this match, but they've done exactly that. 2-1 up now, and Dicordova Reid wins a free kick down the right, and the recently arrived Tomiyasu is already involved in the thick of the action, and Martinelli's got plenty to say for himself there as well. And then he has to sprint away and take up his position, because Fulham have got this free kick on the right-hand side, and it's in a dangerous position. And we have now played 89 minutes. 6:06 is on the way. What a match this has been. And sometimes they say that the Emirates is one of the quietest places in football. Not today. Harrison Reed with the free kick into the back post. A chance. I think it was Mbabu in there with the effort that was blocked by Ramsdale.
Oh, what a ball from Reid, and it was in Chalobah actually who goes and nearly finishes it, and it's a good save from Ramsdale.
Here is Mbabu, plays it through to Stansfield, and Stansfield cross comes off Gabriel and bounces behind and back onto the Fulham man and behind. And it's a goal kick to Arsenal, and they celebrate that like it was an Arsenal goal. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's just everything's here. They do, listen, it takes moments to win games, and it's been a stuffy second half performance from Arsenal in terms of creating, but they managed to get a goal. Marco Silva was actually booked during that foray of fouls and things like that, protesting, saying it was never a foul, but it was a big save from Ramsdale.
Big save from Ramsdale from Chalobah. 5 minutes of added time. We've got what feels like about the 13th substitute coming on, but it is Rob Holding who's the next man on for Arsenal. And the Emirates is in great voice here. Mikel Arteta preparing to celebrate victory in his 100th league match in charge. He's just been shoved out of the way by Kevin Mbabu there in the coaching area, because the ball bounced past him, and I think he helped it on its way, you know. And here's Odegaard through the middle for Saka. But Arabayo steps in. Mitrovic is then upended, and Arsenal are all over this now. It's going to take something now for Fulham to get anything out of this. I think the inevitable end now is that Fulham will be beaten for the first time in the Premier League since their promotion back into the top league. Although, here they come again, not giving this up. Kearney plays it down the left flank. Mitrovic in position in the middle. Mitrovic is after it. Xhaka gets there first at the near post. And then Arsenal only half clear. Cordova-Reid challenges for it. Harrison Reed. But the referee says there was a foul on the edge of the box. In fact, it's been a clash of heads between Cordova-Reid and Gabriel. And we'll have a stoppage in play.
Wow.
And Cordova-Reid has got to his feet rather angrily there. What a game, Charlie.
It's been brilliant. Even though it's 2-1, it's been brilliant. It's been, Arsenal had the chances. It's been end-to-end. Fulham have had chances just there, but it's been frantic and it's got this Arsenal crowd lifted. And, Fulham will be hoping this will delay any problems for them and, slow the game down. But it's been a great game to watch. It's flown by.
Chalobah is just taking Alexander Mitrovic away from where all of the players are gathered around. It's Gabriel who is the player receiving treatment. He's been the central figure. Gabriel, the Brazilian central defender, who was the man who was caught in possession for the Fulham goal, but then was the Arsenal man who turned up in the 6-yard box to get the final touch to the goal that put Arsenal in front in the match.
Yeah, that's what you say about top players. You make a mistake and you get on with it, and you end up going to score possibly the winner here from Gabriel. So I just love seeing the replays there. See Zinchenko not involved in match day squad today, and he's up there celebrating with the players as if they won the league. It's brilliant to see, and there's a good buzz about Arsenal so far this season.
Well, obviously that knee injury that ruled him out of the game today, Zinchenko's clearly not too serious.
They must have good medics here.
And Gabriel has received lengthy treatment all the time. Players from both sides were gathered around the point just outside the box where Gabriel was receiving treatment, and play will resume with a bounce ball, 5 minutes of added time. 6:06 is on the way with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. Holding is still waiting to come onto the field. Arteta wants to make this change now. It's not happening just yet, and actually now the referee, I think, is going to let it happen. Yeah, there's been communication between the officials, and it's Martin Odegaard who is the player who will make way for Holding to come on, and Odegaard, we've seen some lovely touches from him.
Yeah, he's special. He looks a good player. He's good awareness, good feet, likes to slide a little pass down the side, and he likes to take it in tight areas as well. He's a good player, and you see why Real Madrid paid a few pounds for him at a young age, and he's come to the Premier League and he's done brilliant for them so far in his Arsenal career.
Deep in added time, Odegaard leaves the field, Holding comes on. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. Tomorrow on 5 Live, all the top football covered. Aston Villa, West Ham and Nottingham Forest, Tottenham are the 2 5 Live commentary matches, and then all 10 midweek Premier League matches this coming midweek are on 5 Live, Sports Extra or via the BBC Sport website. Here is the drop ball. Fulham trying to find a late equaliser. That would silence the Emirates. Here's Mbabu down the right for Chalobah. Good challenge by Tomiyasu, playing on the left-hand side of the Arsenal defence for these final minutes. Mbabu is going to take this throw. It's going to be a long one. We are well into the 5th minute of added time. Mbabu's long throw into the area. Arsenal man's gone down. Mitrovic is after it, but the whistle's gone. The whistle's gone for a foul on, well, probably Tomiyasu. He ended up on the ground.
I'd never seen the foul actually. I was just looking at the back post. And no, foul on Tomiyasu, and Arsenal relieved.
So Arsenal have this free kick. Referee Gillett has run over to Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, he's stretching his calves as if he had cramp there.
Yeah, I think he's just letting him know that he's rumbled him. So Arsenal with the free kick. We've had almost 6 minutes of added time, but we had the long injury delay in added time to Gabriel, so who knows how long the officials are going to add on. And Babu shoulders the ball away, and then Chaka comes in and volleys the ball away out of play next to the corner flag. That was a real hi-ya.
Yeah, it's a sensible play from Arsenal. Get it in the corner, get this game won and move on. It's putting pressure, keep Fulham in that corner.
It was like Jackie Chan the way he flew through the air. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. And Babu takes the throw up the line. Fulham 2-1 down, trying to get it forward, but instead it comes back. And Martinelli on the edge of the Fulham box. And Nketiah's in there. Diop got his head to it. It bounces down. Chalobah's trying to see it behind. And he does so successfully. Just depends how long they're adding on. We've had 6.5 minutes now of added time. An Arsenal man has stayed down. He's been ignored by referee Gillett. He's saying he's got cramp, Martinelli, and he's been ignored. He's been totally ignored. Fulham played out. This has to be the last attack of the game. If this goes and results in a Fulham equaliser, that will be extraordinary. But Reid plays it forward, and Ramsdale comes right out to the edge of his penalty area and takes the ball and catches it.
Yeah, no, that's what you want. 96th, 97th minute, you want your goalkeeper to come and take it.
And there it is. It's another win for Arsenal. 4 wins out of 4 to start the new season. Mikel Arteta is hugged and lifted off the ground by his captain, Martin Odegaard. He's won his 100th Premier League match in charge, but it was right in the balance after Mitrovic put Fulham in front with almost an hour gone. That lead lasted for only 7 minutes before the captain scored the deflected goal to make it 1-1, but it was still 1-1 in the last 5 minutes of the match. But then that scruffy goal, that VAR scrutinised goal that was allowed for Gabriel, has won it for Arsenal, who've won their first 4 matches of a league season for the first time since 2004.
Yeah, listen, you have to scrap, you have to dig results out, and if you want to be successful, you have days like this. Fulham come here, make it scruffy, and they got the win, and they move on from that. But I think you've got to mention Nketiah. I think him coming off the bench changed the match for Arsenal.
Charlie, thanks for your company. Look forward to the next one after that. That was exhausting.
It was a cracker. Thank you.
Exhausting, exhilarating, thrilling, and raucous. Fulham beaten for the first time since returning to the Premier League in their 4th match of the new campaign. They're going across to applaud their supporters. But Arsenal, 4 wins out of 4. Great start for them. Great start for Mikel Arteta. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1, and now it's time to talk about it on 606 with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage.
Thanks.